Good Tuesday. It's afternoon now. This is the third take. I probably should have made the adjustments on the lighting that I seen in the last take, but here we are. We're going to talk about where we are. I'm going to attach the little Fitbit thingy that comes in my email every week at the end of this. You can compare them to weeks prior. I can tell you that it's not been that good. Um, Averaging at best a mile and a half. Not completely that. This issue with my back has been a setback, but setbacks are just that. They're setbacks. Um, I was talking to my mom yesterday, and I was telling her, I said, this is reminding me of when I had to have surgery in 2010. And whenever my back went out that time, I slipped a disc, and I did it big time. And the story, I'm going to tell you the story because that's kind of what I do on my channel, and why not? Um, you know how you get ready to go to work? I don't know if you do that or not, but I do. You kind of tidy things up, and at that time, we didn't live in this house. We lived in a rental house. And I had Cooper and Cinda, and I had the cats, and it was my husband, myself, and my daughter. It's been some time ago. Um, just working at Walmart. Enjoyed it. Had the best. You have your occasional customers that are that kind of test your patience. But I worked with a group of ladies that were flat awesome, and I got to meet people I got to meet retired former UK basketball players and stuff like that, and it was neat. It was really neat. Anyway, on this particular day, um, I was getting ready to get ready for work, and in the process, Cooper, he was a boxer shepherd mix. Um, Mayor puts me in mind of him quite often, but then Mayor has his own little turn on his personality. Um, but Mayor loved peppermint, and much like uh, Cooper, much like Mayor, occasionally we would take the plastic off of one because he loved the ones that came on top of Sonic drinks. If you didn't take the paper off, he would eat plastic and all. And then that would be a fun cleanup later. Well, I had peppermints sitting on the coffee table, and I got up and was, getting ready to get ready. And I thought to myself, if I don't pick these peppermints up, he's going to get them. So I went to pick the peppermints up, and something popped loudly. And pain. Oh, pain. And I made it over. I sat down on the couch, and I told my husband, I said, something, and this is not quite right. He was in the bedroom, and I was like, and which the house that we lived in, it's bigger now. If you watch Money Pit Homestead, um, the same road that this house is on is the same road that he grew up on. Yay. Then shout out Money Pit Homestead. Or I think it was his grandmother's house. I'm not sure if he grew up there or not now, but I know we talked, and we lived on the same, we connected on the same road. Anyway, this house is now is bigger than what it was when we had it, but back to where we are. I ended up, of course, in the emergency room. I ended up calling my boss like several times, and they gave me this nice little shot of morphine. At which point, I'm calling my boss, telling him, I think I feel better. I think I can come into work. Yeah. Anyway, um, long story short, I didn't go back to work that day or any other. That was pretty much the end of that for me. Um, but I was telling Mom, during that time frame, my uncle had pancreatic cancer, and his days were coming to an end. I was unable to go. My dad flat refused to pick me up because my doctor said I couldn't go. Um, I couldn't go to see him the last time, the last trip they made when he was alive. And I had just had surgery, just maybe a day or so, or it might have been a week, I can't remember exactly, um, before he passed away. Actually, I had my back surgery, and a friend of mine had surgery on the same day. Um, so I was telling Mom, I said, this is reminding me of 2010 when I couldn't go and do. This whole summer has been things that, if you watched yesterday's video, um, the garden is literally at a standstill. It's at a halt. The beds, there are some of the beds that were intended to be built and expanded, and things that were intended that I had planned to do are still in the box in the living room. Um, Beds that I planned on putting out front, um, planned on putting like a small kitchen garden with have sage and stuff like that a little closer. Planned on putting hummingbird feeders out. Planned on tiger lilies that I bought that literally, and calla lily that literally just died. It just, I could not plant it, so it just died. Um, my sweet husband says, we'll get you more. So yeah, as much as sometimes he can wiggle my last nerve, he's so sweet, and I keep him forever. You can't have him. That's a joke. That's a joke. You can have him, but I'm not, I'm not going all Loretta Lynn on you. Um, anyway, sense of humor needed for some of the things that I say because they're jokes. Anyway, so as we were talking, I told her that. I said, I missed 2 conferences scheduled in July. Those 2 trips that I was going to get to spend time with my mom in between the conferences. Had other stuff scheduled that I wanted to do, and none of it has happened between this and between the insanity that has been going on at my husband's job. See, I don't talk to you a whole lot about my husband's job because he's not on YouTube and it's not your business. Understand? Um, that kind of may have come up off cocky and arrogant. But this being the third and final take, what I need you to understand is whenever I am speaking on my channel, I am speaking about my life, what's going on around me, my recovery, my setbacks, my halts, Ian, things that I value, places that we go. If I'm going to speak on somebody else, Even times whenever I've said thank you to somebody else, I've said their name. Check my channel. This, by the way, is from the Breathe Right strips. Apparently, I'm allergic to them. I'll wear them so my grandson can sleep. It is what it is. It'll go away. Um, if I am going to speak on somebody, even if it's just to say thank you, I will say your name. I don't do that. See, don't do that on my channel. I have, like, I did a video of one of our stays when there was an Airbnb at the Cypress Homestead, and I shouted them out. I've shouted out um, Kevin Talbert a few times, once or twice, another RC channel. If I'm going to talk about you in particular, I'm going to say your name. You should know that. You should know me better than that. And if you don't, that's a you problem, not a me problem, because I have done everything within my power to maintain both integrity and dignity on this channel. And I've shared, over the years, I've shared some of the lowest points in my life, some of the highest, and some of the biggest struggles. Period. So that's where we're going to leave this. As far as we're going to get back on track on what we should be talking about, the Tuesday track, this is my Get Healthy journey. I'm behind. It's a setback. And I'm not putting, the thing that my mother told me last night, she said, don't think about it. Don't let it grip you, is what she was telling me. Let it, don't let that be your focus. In other words, she was saying, straighten your mind up. Because up here, and right here, and here, are the three most important things that you have. How you think about things, how you speak about things, and what your heart tells you about things. Those are the three most important things that will dictate your path. And I thought about it when she said it, and at first I was like, how can I not? And then I thought about it, and I marinated on it, and I tried to sleep on it with some other things that I have on my mind and going on in my life. And having to switch around doctor's appointments, because I made doctor's appointments whenever I was in great pain and on muscle relaxers, and I can't be all of the places that I scheduled appointments for within the time limits that I scheduled the appointments for. Oops. Thankfully, they know me. Thankfully, they know that I oopsed. Yeah. Anyway, there's a glare that's like right around through here on my screen, and it messes with my little ADHD brain. So if you see me doing this number, I'm playing with a little spot. That's just what it is. Behind me, you see boxes and stuff like that. We're getting ready for an RC party, and obstacles are needed. So that's what that is. There are 2 new RCs. I think Ian showed you one. Ian showed you one in his 600 subscriber video. by the time that we get there, there may be more than these two. I don't know. Will I make a habit out of dropping a chunk of change on an RC car or a chunk of money for my grandson and my husband to enjoy? Absolutely. I I can. Um, does it? Is it a flex? No, it's a budget. He's learning how to do budget builds. One of the RC cars that we own, he saved his money. He wanted to buy it for his papa. He worked and he saved his money and he bought it for his papa. Budget builds, things that he decides he wants to do for his RCs. He makes a budget. He saves his money. Done. Just that simple. My brain's bouncing around again. Um, Wanted to make sure that I mentioned I am still drinking my rice mushroom coffee. Um, all of this is not mushroom coffee. I bought I, I bought mushroom coffee, or I guess powdered mushroom, um, off of Amazon. That's a different brand, and it does not seem to mix up. So that's where that is. I drink 2 cups of it a day now, most days. It does seem to be doing something. It kind of helps fend off the appetite and the sweets and all that neat stuff. My friends at the Stivers Homestead, Zach and Jen, did I get that right? I have messed up the first initials. Have been talking about chickweed, and that is something that I'm going to try. Namely because after, in the evenings, at bedtime, after I take my night medicine, that's whenever I really start to struggle. Just to show you a little bit of last night's struggles. These little fig bars that come from Sam's Club. We love them. I don't eat them very often. Last night I ate 2. Just craving for sweets. There was something else too. I think I had a few cookies, a little pack of the Belvita cookies that you see back there. The boxes are there. There are snacks there too. Right now, that's just where they live. We have to find a place. There's some snacks that stay down here for the guys, and we have to find a place to have to create a snack area, I guess. We have a refrigerator down here, so yeah, that is what that is. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, yeah. Still have not had a migraine. I think this is 23 weeks, 23, 24, something like that. I'd have to look. Even with the back pain, it's not triggered a migraine. I'm pretty happy. Something is working. I believe it was prayer. I believe fully that the day my grandson laid over me and prayed, that God answered that prayer. So other things may be helping, but yeah. For now, this is where we are. Trying to think if I got everything covered. I think I did. Step count will increase. Exercise will increase. All of this that's a setback will increase. I probably gained a little bit of weight back. I'm not going to sweat it because I can take it back off. The, the difference that I had that was apparent along this through here is not so apparent. I haven't been able to walk, get my at least one day of 10,000 steps in a couple of weeks. It's what happens. So I think I've addressed everything on this topic on my channel. Wow, it's been 20 minutes, and this is the fourth time actually, of trying to get this done. So, kind of remember, this is my channel. I talk about myself. I talk about my life, my experiences. If I'm going to talk about somebody, or if I have a problem with somebody, I will go to them. Now, keep in mind, if I'm angry or whatever, I may talk to somebody trusted and let that anger settle. Like I may talk to my mother or a trusted friend and let that anger mellow. So that if I am angry when I come to you, it's not, but I'm not going to intentionally make comments about someone on my channel in a video. No, I don't work that way. So, y'all have a good day. Remember, I'm the mayor's daughter. My reputation is intact. My sobriety is intact. My kindness is intact. My meekness, yeah. But don't mistake meekness for weakness. Please don't. There's a whole lot more that I could say, but it wouldn't be profitable at this point, and it wouldn't be profitable at any point. Again, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for being a kind of a captive audience to just bounce thoughts off of. But know that I don't work that way. Never have. I didn't do this stuff in grade school, high school, college. I'm sure not going to do it or start doing it at almost 58 years old. No. If I have an issue with you, I'll come to you the best way I know how, the best way I can. If I know something from 40 years experience, I know something. Sorry, I wasn't going to do it, but but it just is. It just is. If I'm talking about my experiences, my life, my keywords, my. I'm not talking about you. Because if I'm using words like I, my, that's talking about me, not you. Understand? We learned this in grade school, how grammar works. Yeah, I had to be a little snarky. Whatever. Y'all have a good day. I will protect my peace. Period. I live in peace. And that's just how it is. I hope that you live in peace, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. And I really hope the best for everyone. I see you. Bye.